Welcome back to another episode of the Up North Journal, everybody. I'm your host, Mike Adams, and as always, my co-host tonight.
Yeah, Mike Adams. Hey, what's up?
And I'd like to remind everybody we are part of the Outdoor Radio Network, so go over to their website and check out their other podcasts they got over there, and they really appreciate that. So, before we start off tonight, Michael, I know you don't feel good, and I'm a little under the weather myself, so just bear with us, folks. Tonight we're going to get through this. We had a good week. We had a lot of good stuff to talk about tonight on the show, so it's just, I don't know. I just don't feel up to par today. I don't know why. And I know you're battling a cold yourself, but hey, before we get started, I'd like to mention again, the show has moved. We have moved over to another website, and like I've told you here in the last 3-4 shows, go to our website, upnorthjournal.com, click on that new link, get over to the new website, and register or renew your subscription there. And like I said last time, we had about a third of our listeners that had already moved. It's kind of the same way. Not many people have moved over this week. So, guys, get over and get that taken care of for us. Don't want to lose anybody here. So, but now let's get into the show tonight, Michael. Yeah. This week we went to an outfitter show, where it's basically a place where you go and they've got people from Africa, they've got people from out west, Canada, South America, all over the places trying to sell hunts. Yeah. I know us here, we've always tried to keep the show about doing things, reasonably priced things, getting new people involved, and getting kids involved in hunting and fishing and the outdoors. And I really have never experienced anything like this. And
yeah, it was kind of crazy.
It was a lot of people there. I found out real quick it's out of our league.
All we can do is dream. Yeah,
it's basically a dream hunt for people like us. I mean, if you were to save up, it might be a hunt of a lifetime type deal where you got to go out and, do a hunt one time. We just don't have that kind of cash. But there was some neat stuff. There were some local guys there. They had some pheasant hunts and things like that were a little more economical. And you were checking into
fishing trips. Yeah,
a couple fishing trips that were on the western side of the state, mainly on the Great Lakes, weren't they?
Yeah.
Out on the big water for big fish.
For like lake trout and stuff.
And they had a guy there from Louisiana selling alligator hunts, and that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think of the old Cajun-style guys hunting down in the bayous and down in the swamps of southern Louisiana, that's what this guy was all about.
He kind of sounded like Boomhauer off of King of the Hill.
Yeah, he did. He definitely had a southern drawl, and he was from Louisiana Hunters Incorporated. That was the name of his outfit. And it was Greg DuPont was his name. And we got an interview with him and actually got him to sit down and talk with us for about 5 minutes. So something we're going to bring here to you. So just sit back and take a listen to the interview with him. And you're down in southern Louisiana?
Southern Louisiana. We're 25 miles southwest of Baton Rouge.
Okay. And you specialize in alligator hunts?
Yeah, we specialize in alligator hunting.
Okay. Now, if I was to come down there and I wanted to bring a buddy or what have you, what kind of weapon do we need to bring?
It's hunter's choice there, bow and arrow, handgun, or rifle. The only thing you can't use is a shotgun because the state law prohibits shotgun.
Okay.
If you bring a rifle, I'd say a .223 to .243 is perfect round.
Really?
You could bring a little bigger, but you really don't need to.
Now I would think you need a big bore rifle.
No, a smaller rifle is better.
Okay, and you can use a bow and arrow also.
Oh, yes, sir.
I wouldn't even have considered using that on something that big. You think the skin would be too tough?
It works good. If you hit him right, one arrow, he's dead. Other than that, he looks like a pincushion when you get through.
Yeah, you fill him full of holes.
Yeah, that's it.
Now, what kind of facilities do you have down there?
I have 2 lodges. One of them is basically a 2-bedroom house, which has 2 beds in each bedroom, 1 private bath, a screened-in porch, sitting there with a TV, a kitchen, and a dining area.
Okay.
The other camp I have is a 1,200 square foot house with 3 bedrooms, a full bath, and a dining area.
Okay, so it's just basically living quarters, just like you'd have anywhere else.
Just like if you're at your house.
Okay. All right. Now, how long does your hunts run, day-wise?
It's a 3-day hunt. For an example, if you arrived on a Thursday evening, you'll hunt Friday, Saturday, Sunday, depart Monday.
Okay.
3 full days of hunting. And on the hunt, you're going to have all your meals, lodging, drinks, transportation to and from the airport included. 3 days of hunting and up to a 9-foot alligator for a $3,500 price.
Okay.
And you'll shoot 2 to 5 alligators per day. You're paying for one you get to keep as your trophy. If you shoot one 9 to 10 foot, it is a $1,500 trophy fee. If it's 10 foot or larger, it is a $2,000 trophy fee.
Now, what kind of license do you need in Louisiana for this?
It's a $150 out-of-state license, and that's no problem. I take care of it through the wildlife officials. When you arrive, the license is there. and I just get reimbursed from you when you arrive.
Okay, so you have to buy your license on top of the fee.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what airport would you fly into?
Baton Rouge.
Right into Baton Rouge there.
If you need Baton Rouge or New Orleans, Baton Rouge is more convenient, but New Orleans is fine also.
Well, kind of off topic, you said New Orleans. How did the hurricanes affect you guys down there?
Didn't affect us at all. We were 80 miles far enough to the west of one and 80 miles far enough to the east of the other.
So it didn't hit where you were at?
No, it didn't hit us at all. We had a little bit of wind damage, but not much.
Okay. What does the typical alligator weigh?
That varies. A 10-foot alligator will be anywhere from 400 to 800 pounds.
Okay. And do most guys, after they shoot, do they keep the meat out of it and take it back home with
them?
them?
We'll have the meat processed and shipped to you, or you can take it with you when you leave. And that's basically it.
So out of a typical alligator, like you said, the size, how much meat would you get out of something like that?
Use it for an example. A 400-pound 10-foot, if I cleaned up all the meat, deep on it, got all the fat off for you to eat, you have about 60 pounds of meat.
Okay. All right. And most of the meat's in the tail?
The tail, the legs, you got back straps, your jaw meat,
Okay.
You got a little meat on the belly.
Do a lot of guys keep the actual head mounts, like the skull?
Well, they keep the whole hide. Most people are doing life-size mounts or rug shells.
Okay.
Some are doing just the head mounts, keeping the hide to make product. But once you kill it, your trophy, that's yours. However you want it, I'll skin it and take care of it the way you want it, because that's all yours. You do what you want with it.
Okay. So they'll either keep it for the leather to make
leather or have for a trophy mount.
Okay. Where would they put something like that? I mean, that's got to be huge.
That you asking the wrong one. You got to ask them. Most of them have trophy rooms. They put it there.
Yeah.
Just
Now, you said these are day hunts?
All daytime hunting.
Is it illegal to hunt them at night?
Yeah, we cannot hunt them at night.
Okay. You always see on TV guys going out and slipping through.
Oh, okay. In Florida, they can't hunt them in the daytime. They have to hunt them at night.
Okay.
But they have to harpoon them and bang stick them. They can't shoot them with a rifle.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It looks like a good time.
It's a lot of fun. It's a real easy hunt. I mean, you're in a boat the whole time, riding around. We find them. We step out the boat. We shoot them. We load them in the boat. We get back in the boat and ride some more.
So you can't shoot them from a boat?
Oh, you can.
Oh, you can. Okay, you said step out.
It's a lot steady. You step out, you got a steadier prop. But out the boat, it's real hard to make a shot that you used to.
Okay, because it's constantly moving, rocking, and everything. Okay. How long, when you get out, I mean, do you see a lot of gators where you're at, or?
It varies day to day depending on the weather. You get a good day with everything perfect, you'll see 60 to 80 alligators in a day. A bad day, you'll see 10 to 15.
So you're going to see something no matter
you're
what.
Gonna see plenty.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks. I appreciate it, and hopefully, listeners here, maybe I'll put the information on my website, and they can get a hold of you if they want to head down to Louisiana and do a hunt.
That'll work.
So that was Greg Dupont from Southern Louisiana, down by Baton Rouge. So what'd you think about that?
Yeah, I think he was pretty cool.
It was he was real nice and pleasant, and learned a few things about alligator hunting. Matter of fact, you'd asked me a question about it earlier.
Yeah, I thought you couldn't use bows for them.
I didn't either. I really thought that the skin would be too thick. That you couldn't shoot them with a bow and kill them. But obviously, they do.
Yeah.
They use small bore rifles too, which kind of surprised me.
Yeah.
I would think that you'd have to have like a 30-06 or a 50 caliber muzzleloader or something like that.
At least that's what I've seen.
Yeah, that's what you see on TV. So you can't believe everything you see on TV, I guess. So, but it was that was one of the more interesting things that I saw there.
Yeah.
They had a lot of deer hunts, a lot of elk hunts, moose and grizzly bear and muleys and stuff out west in Alaska, Saskatchewan.
Yeah, I only saw one fly fishing guy there.
Yeah, and
that Fuji guy.
And he was from Fiji.
Yeah.
Not Fuji, Fiji.
Fiji.
So that was definitely out of our price range too. I think that was upwards of $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 for that trip. But
it looked pretty cool though.
Oh, for that price it should. Yeah. But it was an exciting evening. We got tickets for it for free, and we got a chance to go and see what it was all about. And they had some raffles and stuff like that, so it was cool. Seeing a couple buddies from work and seeing our buddy Chuck Parr, he was up there, and up there with his kids and a friend. So yeah, it was cool. It was a really good time.
My favorite thing there was the electronic hunting game that they had there.
Oh yeah, they had a shooting gallery.
Yeah, shooting gallery thing with they were like BB guns, but they had lasers on them.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, how'd you do on that?
Yeah, I did good. I whacked some ducks.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
cool. Yeah, they had a little bit there for the kids. That was good. So, but that was our Friday night. Actually, we got to go on my lunch hour from work, so that worked out pretty good. So now, what I want to do is I want to bring in one of our special guests we've had on our show before here tonight, guys, and that's my youngest son, Jake Adams. Hey,
Yo,
Jake.
what's up?
Yeah, yo, what's up? You sound like your brother. You know that?
Yeah.
You've been listening to him too much. Well, the reason I've got Jacob on the show tonight is we had a big deal this Saturday. What did we do Saturday? What was what was going on?
Hunter safety.
Hunter safety. You took hunter safety for 2 weeks, didn't you?
Yep.
2 Saturdays in a row. And this Saturday was the last day of class, right?
Yeah.
So, well, tell everybody kind of what was going on there and how it all turned out.
So we obviously had to take tests.
Yeah, you had to take a test.
And we did a little fun like shooting some guns.
Yeah, you had to shoot the guns. You had to prove to them that you could handle a gun safely, right?
Yeah.
That was the whole shooting part of it. So, tell everybody how they did that. What did you actually do when you went out? You went outside to the gun range, right?
Yeah, so we had to shoot clay pigeons.
Clay pigeons. Okay. What was that like?
It was kind of fun.
Yeah. How many did you shoot at?
None.
Well, you
Well,
didn't.
yeah, 5. I didn't hit any.
Didn't hit any. Okay, but you had fun though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was that like standing up there? I mean, I was standing back behind you. That's the first time you've ever shot without me around you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that kind of cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you thinking?
I was gonna hit one.
You was thinking you were going to hit one of those
Yeah.
things? Yeah. Well, let me ask you this: when you got ready to shoot, did you ever notice that the ducks that were flying overhead? Did you see them?
Yeah.
There was a big flock. Did you want to pull up and whack one?
Yeah.
I bet you did. Yeah, I seen them. I said, man, these kids are going to, all of a sudden, they're all going to pull up at the same time and start shooting ducks flying over the range. So okay, you got the gun part down, and obviously you passed that. You didn't hit any clay pigeons, but you practiced gun safety, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now, what about the test? What was that like?
It was kind of hard, even though if I got 6 wrong.
6? Okay. How many questions were on the test?
50.
50 of them. So you did pretty well. You got over 80%. I mean, that was what? See, 88%. No, it's 88%. So you did all right. You could miss 10, and if you missed any more than 10, you'd fail, right?
Yeah.
So no problems there. Matter of fact, everybody passed.
Yeah.
So now, what's the reason you took? Now, well, let's back up a little bit. Most of the guys listening to the show tonight, they already know what's going on. Obviously, that here in Michigan, you got to be 10 to hunt, but you're going to turn 9 next month, right?
Yeah.
So you can't hunt in Michigan, can you?
No.
So why did you take hunter safety a year early?
So we can go down to Ohio and turkey hunt.
Yeah, because down there they don't have an age requirement, do they?
No.
So we're going to get you started a year early. We're going to go out of state and try to stack up a few birds, right?
Yep.
You all excited for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go down scouting next week, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So good hunter safety class. Did you learn a lot?
A lot.
A lot? What was the coolest thing you learned?
Probably about like how does gun work and what's the parts of them.
Okay. Well, what are what's the 3 basic parts of a gun?
The stock, the action, and the barrel.
Okay, so he's got it down pat. What's number one? Okay, the number one rule for gun safety, I want you to tell everybody so everybody out there knows.
Point the gun in the safe. Point the muzzle in the safe direction.
Okay, man, you got it. You got it down pat. So we're gonna go down and we're gonna get us some turkey, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us, man, and we'll talk to you here soon. We'll have to talk to everybody about the trip when we get back from Ohio, right?
Yep.
Let them know how many birds we got, right?
Yeah, probably 5.
5. We can only take 2 apiece. So you got to watch that. Remember your game laws, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Jake, and we'll have you on here next month when we get back from Ohio, all right?
Yep.
Okay, thanks. So that was Jake's big hunter safety weekend. He did good, man. I'm proud of him. He got his hunter safety tag, so we're ready to rock, man. We're going to go down and get some turkey down in Ohio. 3 down, 1 to go.
Yeah.
Out of 4 kids, we got 3 of them through it. So now, got something I want to talk to you guys about real quick. Something that new that we're going to start trying to do and get some information out to you guys. We want to start doing field tests of different products. And actually, I've hooked up with a place out of Texas, and it's called elusivewildlife.com is their website. And they sell hunting products or things to aid you in your hunting. And one of the items that I'm going to field test is it's a camera mount for shotguns, rifles, and bows. And you just attach this right to your gun or your bow, and then you put your small handheld video camera on it, and it sits right next to it so you can film your hunt, so to speak. So we're going to try that out and see how that works out because we love to videotape our hunts, and we're doing a lot of that here lately. So it's just another device that we can use to try to use a different way in the woods, and we'll see how that works out and bring that to you. And when they sent that up to me, they also sent me a product called a Lumitac, and basically it's for a better term, it's a little flashing light, a little strobing light, and it's a pack of 6 in a little metal case, and you put a thumbtack in a tree. Like say you shoot a deer late in the evening, and it's getting dark, and you want to track and start trailing it. You put a thumbtack in the tree, and on that thumbtack you place one of these Lumitacs, and it's magnetic, so it sticks right to it, and you turn it on, and it flashes. So we're going to try these out and see how these work. I want to do a test to see, number one, how long they last, how long one battery lasts in them. And then we're going to test them and get out in the woods in a real scenario, down where we hunt, and put them out on trees and see how far apart we can space them and still see them. So that way we can kind of figure out how far we can go with 6 of them. But it's a nice little case. So the first thing that impressed me about it is they're magnetic. So when you put them in the case, they don't rattle around because they stick right to the metal box. So you can slip these in your day pack and you can walk and you don't have a problem with the thing rattling. So we're going to check these out and see how they work. But if you want to check out their website, it's elusivewildlife.com. And they've got all types of hunting products on there. So go over there and check them out and stick with us on this, and we're going to see what we can come up with and let you guys know how these 2 products work for us. So what do you think about it when you first saw it, Michael?
I think it'd be kind of cool to have, like, for squirrel season.
Squirrel season?
Yeah.
Oh, the gun mount?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never thought about that because you can be pointed right at the squirrel when you shoot and see your shot and everything.
That or for duck hunting.
Duck hunting? Yeah, I think they work good for waterfowl hunting. So obviously it's for a smaller palm quarter type camera, a little mini DV camera. And we've got one of those along with our other 2 bigger cameras that we're going to take out in the field this year. So hopefully we'll get some good video.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with our outdoor news of the week.
If you're looking for the best in outdoor hunting and fishing podcasts, look no further than the Outdoor Radio Network. Each week we have dozens of podcasts devoted to outdoor sports, with shows like On the Water with Bob Murray, Bass Champ Journal, Surf and Shore Fishing, just to name a few. Check out all outdoor podcasts on the OutdoorRadioNetwork.com.
Welcome back, everybody, and now we're going to get into our outdoor news segment of the week. But before we start, since we have gotten over to the new website and we kind of do a show outlining all the stuff we do, I'm just going to brush over these topics really quick. And if you want to read more about them, you can find the links right on the website where you can download the podcast directly. So I'm not going to just, like in the past, we've been reading through a lot of this stuff. We're just going to kind of give you the nuggets of it and talk about it a little bit, and hopefully that'll be a little more interesting to you guys than me sitting here reading to you like a bunch of third graders. First one we got this week is a guy out in Minnesota was muskie fishing, and it's from our favorite outdoor news site, the News Hound, and it's muskie mix-up ends happily. And this guy was out fishing on Lake Minnetonka, and he hooked a 52-inch muskie. He got it confiscated by the DNR, and what had happened was the DNR, during the middle of the season, during ice fishing season, they changed the season end date on muskies. They'd printed it on their fishing flyers that they hand out to all the fishermen when you buy your license, but midway through the season, they backed that date up, and obviously this guy didn't know it, and he hooked a 52-inch muskie, pulled it and got it through the ice, and was talking about it, and told everybody about it, and the DNR found out about it, kind of like bragging on the newspaper, that guy down in Michigan. Remember when he got busted for hunting without a license? Kind of the same thing. This guy was talking about it in the paper, said where he caught it, when he caught it, and DNR went to his house, knock, 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 hey, we want the fish, So,
Man, that's gotta stink.
Yeah, but what happened is they realized what had happened, and he talked to them, and they worked it all out, and they gave him the fish back. So, it all worked out in the end.
I'm sure he wanted to get it mounted.
He said he was going to,
Yeah.
actually. So it all in the end, it really worked out well. But I felt sorry for this guy that he's
His
got
thing's
this.
huge. It looked like an alligator.
Got a huge fish, man. Then all of a sudden he's got to give it back now. So, hey, well, going on here, we've got, I think we talked about last week out in Minnesota, there was a big to-do about the dove hunt. They were trying to get some legislation to ban dove hunting like they did here in Michigan. You know how we kind of got the screws put to us here, and they voted down our dove hunting seasons. And they're trying to do the same thing out in Minnesota. And it went up before the House committee this last Monday, and the bill banning the dove hunt in Minnesota, it took a fatal hit, it says, in the House. And it's still alive in the Senate, on the Senate floor, but they're hoping that it'll also get defeated there.
Yeah.
Basically, all the guys, all the legislators stood up and said, no, we're going to support our hunters and fishermen. This has been a tradition in Minnesota for years, and we're going to stick behind them, and we're not going to let you guys do this. But just another sign that the antis are trying everything they can to take away our hunting rights. Now, also on the show we've talked about, and you know how I feel about this, about the micro-stamping bill that they passed in California. And what did I tell you would happen as soon as they passed it?
It's going to move to Arizona or something.
It's going to start moving across the United States. Well, here it comes, guys. Get ready. And they have got 10 different states that there is legislation being drafted or being started already hitting the floors to be talked about and voted upon. And the states that are included in this are Arizona, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Missouri, New York, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Tennessee, and Washington. Those 10 states right now have anti-gun micro-stamping bills on the floor or being drafted, okay? So, guys, if you live in anybody lives in these states, follow these very closely. And this one came off of the NSSF, which is the National Shooting and Sports Foundation site. And you can go to their website and check this out. It's www.nssf.org, and you can follow the links there. But there's one micro-stamping threat that's right now in Connecticut. The anti-gun legislators, Connecticut's General Assembly, have called for legislation to mandate the micro-stamping of firearms. It's Senate Bill 607. Bob Rich, if you're listening, I know you are. This is going to affect your state. And this bill is slated to be heard in the Joint Committee on the Judiciary as early as March 10th, which is this coming week.
That affects him with his new pistol.
It'll affect everybody in the state with any type of firearm, okay? And, we all know what's going on with all that stuff. So check that website out if you live in one of those states. Contact your legislators. Let them know how you feel. And, you guys stand up, because if you guys don't, nobody will. You stand up for your rights out there. Now, talking about bans, there's one. This is off the NRA's website this week, and this is in the state of Virginia. It's called Charles City County seeking ban on rifle hunting. And what they're wanting to do is ban all rifle hunting within the county of Charles City County. Sounds kind of funny, Charles City County. But Charles City is the name of the county. It's just got a city in it. But anyway, they have had rifle hunting in their county for years. Just a quick excerpt here. It says, the county is considering making revisions to its hunting regulations that could negatively impact hunting with rifles. Such a decision could eliminate precious hunting opportunities and would discourage hunters from taking to the woods and passing along their hunting heritage onto the next generation and help manage Virginia's wildlife. And I read it earlier, and it said in the last decade there have been no hunting fatalities in the county. Also, there's only been 4 hunting incidents, and they were with shotgun, and they were not with a rifle. And I did look on a map, because I really wasn't sure of where Charles City County was, and it's just southeast of Richmond, which is a big town, but I don't know the population of how the outlying area is. I can't speak on that, but we have shotgun zones here in Michigan. I do know that, so it's just something we have to deal with, and if we don't like it, then we have to try to get those laws changed. But that's what they're trying to do here. So, guys, if you're in this area, anybody listening, or you know somebody, give them a heads up, and be a part of that to get out there and fight that. Also, from the NRA's website, this was an encouraging piece of news, and this is out of the state of Arizona. And some state lawmakers want to make the ability to hunt and fish a constitutional right, in hopes of keeping their colleagues and voters from deciding that the people shouldn't be allowed to hunt and fish. So that would be cool. An amendment to their state constitution saying, you have a right to hunt and fish. It's not a privilege, it's a right, a guaranteed right, and that would be cool. That would really help out the hunters and the sportsmen, the fishermen. And that's one piece of legislation I'd love to see get enacted and like wildfire spread across the United States. That would be cool. So that's one good way that them things can come across the United States. And speaking of good news, this is off the NRA's website also. This is out of the state of New York, which is typically an anti-hunting and an anti-gun state and legislature. But the state of New York's youth hunting bill is to be heard Tuesday, March 11th. That's this week, obviously. And it's a bill that's sponsored by Senator Dale Volker, who's a Republican, which would enact the Youth Mentor Hunting Program, and it will be considered by the State Environmental Conservation Committee this Tuesday. And what it would do would allow individuals age 14 and older to hunt with a licensed mentor who is age 21 or older, with only one firearm used by the two together in the woods. And it was kind of vague, so I went to their state hunting DNR type website, and basically what I found out was youth age 12 to 15 can hunt small game, turkey, they can bow hunt deer, and what this law here would do would allow 14 and 15-year-olds the ability to firearm deer hunt with a mentor, 21 or older. So it's kind of like what we got here in Michigan, Michael. So it'd really help out the youngsters to get out and vote. It'd help the youngsters to get out and hunt. And, that's a good thing. I'd like to see it dropped a little lower, but obviously it's a step in the right direction. So, it's good that this is really catching on places. But I guess in that state you have to be 16 to firearm deer hunt. That's really about all I got for Outdoor News of the Week this week. And like I said, if you want to read these articles in detail, we'll have these on our podcast website where you download the show from. You can go there. We got a little outline, and we'll have all the links there so you can check them out and check into those items there a little bit further. We're going to take another quick break, and we'll be back with the last segment of the show.
If you're looking for the best in outdoor hunting and fishing podcasts, look no further than the Outdoor Radio Network. Each week we have dozens of podcasts devoted to outdoor sports, with shows like On the Water with Bob Murray, Bass Champ Journal, Surf and Shore Fishing, just to name a few. Check out all outdoor podcasts on the OutdoorRadioNetwork.com.
Welcome back now to the best part of the show, Mikey's Game Bag. This week I'm going to be finishing how I was talking about calls, and this week I'm going to be talking about the different types of calls, like the cuts, purrs, and the yelps.
Okay, you're talking about what we talked about last week, obviously, was the different types of calls, which you meant was the box call, the slate call, and the diaphragm call.
Yeah.
So this week you're going to talk about the different types of calls you can make with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the different types are the cut, yelp, and the purr.
Okay. Well, what's a yelp?
Yelp is just basically your hen call.
Just a basic hen call?
Yeah.
Okay. That's made on a slate call or friction call. Hit that box call there and show everybody what a yelp is. Okay. Now, and you mentioned the purr.
Yeah.
The purrs are easier to do, I think, on the slate call than that one there, than on the box call. Here, I'll try to do one here on the slate call. It's just basically a little tiny quarter-inch move of the striker along the slate. You don't want to get too hard on it, because if you do, you can get what's called an alarm putt. And if you do that, that means that, hey, everybody, there's something out here and it's something after us. Everybody run. So you want to be careful to do the purr and not the alarm cut.
Yeah.
So, okay. That's what... You're just basically dragging it across there and just making a small little purr.
Yeah, like you said, it's a lot easier to do on a slate like this is on the box call.
I don't know if they can hear it. Hold it up next to the mic. I don't think they can hear it. Yeah, the box, it just doesn't work as well. I don't like it on the box call. Now, you was talking about the cut. The quick cuts on it. Now, you can hammer that on the box call pretty good.
All you have to do is basically put your finger up on the side.
On the frame of the box.
On the frame of the box where it goes across and just basically tap it like.
So, basically, it's just a quick, short yelps.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a cut. Okay.
You do it better.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's hard to do it up by your face or by the microphone to try to get everybody to hear it, but that's your basic yelp. Then the cut. So that's your 3 basic calls when you're out calling turkey. And they do have gobblers.
Yeah.
Gobble calls. You got them big old rubber things you can shake and they gobble, 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 gobble. Or, actually, I tightened up the rubber bands on this box call. I don't know if I can make it do it or not still, but still not tight enough.
Sounds better.
It still needs to be a little bit tighter. You go ahead and talk while I try to tighten these up, and I'll try to tell everybody or show everybody what it's like here in just a second.
Yeah, basically, the gobble tubes are really fun to do. They're probably about $15, and they can annoy people really easily.
Well, the thing about those, though, that I think would be a deterrent to using them in the woods
is a locator call.
Well, it takes you got a lot of hand motion. You got to take and shake them, and when you shake them, you're making movement. And if you got a turkey by you, obviously he's going to bust you.
Yeah.
So I mean that's one reason I wouldn't want to use that type of call. The bigger the box call, usually the better they sound for the gobbles that I've noticed. At least the ones I got.
Yeah, and the more expensive they are.
Mine's still not working good. I don't have the right rubber bands on mine. Something to that effect, anyway. I typically don't try to make gobble noises when I'm in the woods. Number one, I don't want to get a face full of turkey shot.
Yeah.
I don't want somebody blasting me thinking I'm a turkey. You know, people who might shoot at sounds instead of actual seeing a bird, number one. And, you got to be concerned with that when you're out in the woods. So that's your basic turkey calls.
Yeah, and then there's the more complicated ones like the kiki run, the fly down and stuff.
Yeah, and I can't do those.
I can almost get the fly down on my slate call.
Yeah, we'll give it a whirl. Let's see what it sounds like.
Well, it'll be somewhat louder.
Yeah, you're getting there. Yeah, it makes a real raspy sound. It is basically like a small yelp. Something to that effect. Problem with my calling is I don't practice nowhere near enough.
And whenever I practice, I get yelled at.
Because where do you practice at?
In the house.
And that drives Mom nuts.
Yeah.
So
it's too cold out right now, though.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So, yeah, you just need to get outside and practice. You know, the more you practice, the better you get at it. And then, obviously we talked about the diaphragm or the mouth calls. I'm still trying to work on those and get a couple of that down. I can do the purrs a little bit easier on that. I can do basic yelps, and still just trying to learn. It's I don't know, something to do. But you'd also said something about you want to talk about some decoys this week. What's up with the decoys?
I just want to talk about like the different types of them that can be used for in different situations. The basic types are basically the foam ones that we have, the flambeaus and stuff like that.
You're talking about like a foam shell.
It's basically like a goose shell, but it's foam, and it has a stake that you put inside of it and expands so that way it stays open.
Okay. So it's not solid foam. It's actually hollow inside.
Yeah.
You can collapse it down, stick it in your backpack or your day pack while you're moving around to and from or running
like
a gun.
A hat, like how I use it around the house.
Yeah, I've seen you put it on like a hat.
Yeah.
Look like a dork fish. Yeah. Okay, so you get the foam bodies. Yeah. And basically when they sell them, you've got a hen and a jake using.
A hen and a jake, yeah.
Put out a couple hens, put out a jake. And something new they've come out with this year.
Is basically the gobbler decoys.
The full strutting gobblers.
The one that I want the most is the Primos B Mobile.
Yeah, we're going to try one of them this year. We're hopefully going to get to do a field test with one of those and let you know how those work. But those things are kind of expensive, you know.
Yeah, they're around $80.
$60, $70, $80, depending on which one you buy.
Yeah.
And I know these the foam ones like you're talking about for the hen and the jake, those are typically, I've seen them as cheap as $15, and I've seen them as much as $30. So
they sell them cheaper at Gander.
Yeah, you just got to find them on sale. Usually turkey seminars, you find places having a seminar, you can find them on sale and pick them up then. So, okay, you got the foam body decoys. So what other types are there?
There's like it's kind of like a vinyl types. They're 2D. They're not 3D.
They're 2D. Okay, so
two-dimensional.
It's a silhouette.
Yeah.
Okay, when you say vinyl, so it's got a actual picture on it then.
Yeah.
It's flat.
Yeah.
So,
I think they're a little bit too shiny.
Yeah, they reflect a little too much light.
Yeah.
And obviously, the bird needs to see it coming in from a profile, because if he sees it straight on, he's not going to see anything.
Yeah.
Because it's basically a flat piece of cardboard or vinyl type plastic that they stick them on a stake and stick them in the ground, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then there's the super, super duper expensive ones. What are those?
Them are basically your full-size body mounts.
So if you're lucky enough to get a bird and you got a ton of money, and people do this, they will go and they'll take that bird and they'll have it mounted by a taxidermist, and they'll actually put them out in the field. You get a gobbler, and it's got the real feathers on it, and they work. People do have a lot of success with those.
But they do have things for the foam ones. They're called turkey skins. It's basically a turkey cape off of a turkey that someone has shot, and they're like $40, and you just put it over your decoy.
Okay, so it's like a little coat for your turkey decoy, and it's got real feathers on it. Like you said, it gives it some lifelike properties to it.
Yeah.
So.
And then they have some ones that are really cheap. They're like $3 a piece, and they're inflatable decoys.
Oh, so like a balloon?
Yeah.
An actual balloon you blow up. I wouldn't put too much stock into that. I'd like to see a Tom come strutting by one of them things and he gets close. Pop it with the spurs when he attacks it, or either you take a shot and actually blow the thing up. So
just be like, where'd it go?
So okay, well is that your Mikey's game bag for the week?
Yep.
Okay, decoys and we got the calls all set. And like you said last week, if you're unsure of exactly what the call should sound like, because obviously we're no pro at it.
Yeah.
Don't try to mimic us.
Yeah.
Go to the NWTF, and they've got wave files on there that you can actually, for each different type of call there is, you can click on it, and actually you can hear what it's supposed to sound like. So go over there and check those out. Okay, well, moving along here, something that I found pretty interesting last week, and really I was looking for stuff for turkey season, but this can be applied to hunting, to fishing, to whatever, hiking, just can be applied to a wide range of things. And I wanted to get this information out to you this week, but it's on mossyoak.com. The Mossy Oak outfitters, they've got camouflage. Basically, everybody knows what Mossy Oak is. But if you go to their website, mossyoak.com, and you look in their toolbar, just below their toolbar is a little box called Quick Jump. And in that box, in the red, it says mapping. And let me warn you right up front, you need to be a member of the website to be able to use this feature, but it doesn't cost anything. You can just register, you put in a password and a username, and it's free to use this part of their website. And it's basically topography mapping, aerial mapping. Everybody's wanting to charge to make maps nowadays. You can go on these websites and you can download all these different intricate maps and everything. But with this one, what's unique about it, you can do the same thing, and you can pay, and you can actually print it right off the site. But for those of you who don't want to pay and who's cheap like I am, don't want to spend money, you can click on the image, you can right-click on it on your mouse and save as. And when you save it, you can save it somewhere on your computer, and you save it in the highest resolution you can get in the most detail. You can zoom it right down to very fine detail, where you can see the topography of different ridges, hills, valleys, how creeks run, and all that kind of stuff. And it gets down to a pretty small area. And then, like I said, you take and you save it, and then you can print it off on your computer. And I tried it this week, and I got one here where we're going to turkey hunt. And obviously I didn't zoom down real far, but it shows the county roads, and it shows the different river systems, lake systems, and then it shows the basic topography of the land. and shows the different reliefs in it and gives you those distances. And the closer you zoom down to actual ground level, the more detail gets into it, and I mean it breaks it down really nice.
It shows the lake. I'm gonna be trying to get you to take me to fish.
Yeah, well, we get our birds, then we can go over and throw a few hooks in there and see what we can catch. But it's just a real neat feature, and like I said, you can use it for fishing. You could use it for hiking, camping, ATV riding, for trails and what have you. But go over there and check it out. It's a nice little interactive site, and you don't have to be turkey hunting to use it. That's kind of the way I found it, was getting ready for turkey season. And speaking of, we are going to try to make it down to Ohio this week. I know we've been saying this for 2 weeks, but the weather really messed us up last time and put us behind the 8 ball. So now we're going to try to plan this coming Saturday to get down there and do a little scouting in the area where we're going to be. So it's something we really need to do. And if you guys are getting ready for turkey season, get out there, man. Start scouting. Find out where your birds are at. Get your shotgun pattern and all that kind of stuff, and just do what you need to do to get ready. So don't wait till the last second, because when you do that, that's when you get behind the 8 ball, and lo and behold, something will go wrong and mess up your hunt.
Forget your boots.
Yeah, I don't know who did that. Somebody forgot boots last year, and it wasn't me, everybody. Somebody had to hunt in tennis shoes. Who was that? Who was that, Michael?
I believe that was me.
Yeah, I think so. But that's pretty much got it for this week, I think. Yeah, okay. You're going to mess with me this week, huh? Okay, I see how it goes. Speaking of messing with people, I do have to tell a tale that happened earlier today. I'm busy in the house, and all of a sudden, Dad, come here. I think there's a coyote out in the back field. Yeah. No, it's something running across the field. I think it's a coyote. I jump up and get what was running across the field, Michael?
A cat.
A cat. A black cat.
It looked like a coyote.
It was nowhere near the size of a coyote. I don't know what you're looking at, but
it looked like a coyote.
I think you need to get some new glasses.
I don't know.
So, folks, if you get any pictures of coyotes you'd like to send along and email to Michael, feel free to show them what they look like. I've tried my best.
Just gonna send me one.
You need some pictures or something to show you what a coyote looks like and the difference between a coyote and a cat. All right, that's enough picking on you, I guess. But hey, we'll wrap up the show here. Just want to remind everybody about the new website that I'm writing for and the new blog site. So if you want to go check that out, I appreciate your support on that. And you can find it on our website, upnorthjournal.com. Or if you get a pen and you can write down real quick here or play this back on your MP3 player, the address is michiganhuntingtoday.com/hooks-and-bullets/. That's my new website that I'm writing for. And I have seen a few of you guys posting over there on the comments line, and I appreciate that. And there's another website that I'm putting some stuff on and hooked up with a guy I told you about last week out of northern Kentucky or Cincinnati area down there in Ohio. And his website is myhuntingandfishing.com. It's a really interactive site. He's got a lot of video on there. Matter of fact, you can get to our podcast on there. I got both my weblog links on there for Hooks and Bullets and for Up North Journal Hunting. So you can just kind of cruise around the internet. You can find us all over the place right now. And actually, I'm working on a deal with the blog site that I'm writing for. And if we can ever get it hammered out, we're having problems getting the audio to them for the podcast. We'll be on a place called Skinny Moose Radio. And that's an internet radio site, so that'll be kind of cool. Yeah. We'll have our own time slot. Yeah. You can hopefully listen to us on a regular basis up there, but if that works out. We just haven't quite got all the details hammered out yet where we can get that to them. And also tonight at 11 o'clock on our local news, what's going to happen there? What are you looking at me for? Kind of crazy. You already forgot, haven't you?
Yeah.
They're doing the story on us.
Oh, okay.
We have a segment on our TV station that I work for. It's called On the Trail. And we do a hunting and fishing segment every week. And last week, they come out and did an interview with us about the Up North Journal, about our podcast. So I'm going to try to get that tonight. I'm going to capture that and link it to the internet so you guys can check out them interviewing us about our show. It was kind of cool.
Can I stay up and watch it?
No, you're going to bed. You got school tomorrow. So that's kind of some of the fun things that we're doing here lately. On the mypodcast.com site, tonight I'm going to try to post a new video that we've got that we did a catfishing trip back in, I believe it was May or June, I can't remember. But it was back last summer. We had a catfishing trip, and we shot some video of that. And we've also created a new open for all of our videos.
Sweet.
And if we ever get into video podcasting, it'll be the open for our show. So if you guys check that out, send us a email, leave a comment, whatever. Let us know what you think about that, because it's just something else we're trying to do.
It took forever to get it done.
Well, got some new editing software, and I'm playing with it and trying out some cool stuff. So just check it out and let me know what you think. But that's about all I got this week. You got anything else?
Yeah, I'm just tired.
You tired?
Feel bad.
Yeah, I know. You don't feel good. You've been sick pretty much for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So hopefully you get better so we can go down to Ohio.
Yeah.
But hopefully next week we'll have some good news to bring back. We'll talk about our trip down there. And on the way back, if we do go on Sunday, on the way back home, we do pass Cabela's. So I have a feeling somewhere around exit 17 on US 23 in Michigan, we're going to be pulling off the freeway to make a quick pit stop. Because that's exactly where it's at. They're in Dundee, Michigan. So we'll have to spend an hour or two in that place.
I'll be visiting their fly shop.
Yeah, so good times, though. Well, listen, that'll do it this week for us here at the Up North Journal. And as always, if you get out in the woods this week, remember, shoot straight and be safe until next week on the Up North Journal.